when I knew my supply company was going to fail. Not necessarily when I knew it was going to fail, but the night that it did fail. I was driving home on a night where the energy in town was off. And I've talked about this before. I talked about this with Ivan, OnSite LandWorX, right? Or Tropical LandWorX. And I was like, dude, there's just going to be days in your business where like the energy is just like off. You go talk to other people and you're like, yeah, it's just like, but it's a feeling, you know what I mean? It's weird because like whatever you do, it's just fumble after fumble after fumble. And either one, you got to shift it, but that's when it's your personal energy, you can shift it. When it's all the energy around you, you have to walk away from it. And so about two years ago, December 15th, 2014, I had an event where the supply truck we had started out with, I was backing it up. It was about 9 o'clock that night. Some weird crap had happened in town that day. The guy that delivered us mulch had actually died in a wreck at 4 a.m. that morning. And then the whole day was just a really weird cloud of just odd, right? It was a very, very odd day. And I kept pushing. And about 9 o'clock p.m., I finished my day. I filled the truck up. I was driving to the shop, and I missed the turn to go to my shop. And I was like, damn it. Now I got to drive like 7 miles for a turnaround. So I drive 4 miles, and I find a road that's called Shallow Run. I turn into Shallow Run and realize this name is Shallow Run. There's no turnaround. I'm going to have to back out onto this main road. So I turn my flashers on. I back out on this main road. I'm out there for like 30 seconds. It's like a 60-foot truck, like trailer, the whole thing. Like I'm backing out, and I get sideswiped by a dude that never saw the truck. Never saw me out there in the middle of the road. It was 9 o'clock at night. I get sideswiped, get nailed by this dude at 60 miles an hour. It bends my top kick. I did 1991 7500 GMC top kick. Bends that thing in half. I jump out of the truck. I approach his vehicle. I'm like, yup, this is the first time I'm going to see a dead dude. Open that door, and he's still alive in there. So I pull him out of the car. I get him over to the side of the road. Fire trucks are on their way. And it was weird because when I got him out of the car, there was no one else on this road. So it was just super quiet. It was just like almost peaceful in a way. And I'm just looking at this dead truck, just leaking diesel fuel freaking everywhere. It's just starting to pool up, and I'm trying to get this guy out of his car because I'm like, bro, we got to get you out of this car. Like, there's going to be 100 gallons of fuel on the street here, like, right now. Like, we got to get you out. And he was okay, so we got him out of the car, and the fire trucks came out, and the whole thing was fine. And this company came and towed that truck, and I asked them to tow it to the shop, which is only 4 miles down the road because I had missed the turn. They towed it to their impound lot, and it was impossible to get that thing out of their impound lot. A whole bunch of events happened after that, where we tried to get another truck, and we tried to do this, and we kept on pushing with the supply idea, but really everything ended that night. And I went home after that odd day, and I saw my daughter, and she was just a little baby at that time, and I was like, you know, at least I got home, right? Today was the exact same day in our town. It was a weird, weird day. If you guys talk to Ivan, he snapped me at 4 o'clock. And when he snapped me, it just put everything in perspective for me. Because I'm like, yes. And we got all the fire, we just got done putting fire hoses on all these things. We got done putting backup hoses in every toolbox. I've got stuff like, I finally have this rig complete. Like this entire rig is like ready to print cash. And today was this weird day, but it was also the first day that this whole thing was done. When I got stuck in that swamp today, and you guys can see that on Snapchat, this company shows up. Finally got the girls ready to go. Added a bunch of this fire hose to both of these units. This is $1,000 this morning in our entire morning, but we're looking good. Now that we've got the quick couplers all done, the turn valves done, everything fire hosed up. So when I jumped into forestry mulching like 9 months ago, my buddy Richard was like, don't put this on YouTube. Don't tell people about this shit on YouTube. But now, 9 months in, the truth of it is it takes so much custom fabrication and so much like custom engineering that not everyone's gonna make it. Name of the game today. Don't get stuck. Target being great, man, this is real as it gets. I put my team in position, now they making it killing. Stacking proof. Gonna do a little prep evaluation of this swamp. It's gonna get soupy. It's gonna get soupy. Appears that I am slowly sinking. Can't get out. Can't get out. I mean, I could get out. I could go out that back window. Then I have to put that back window in. That would be a bitch. So we're just gonna wait for someone to yank us out. It's getting deeper. It's like being in a science project. Almost completely buried. Good thing is we have a tow truck here now, so we'll see how this goes. That was fun times. And I got beef with this old company, right? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that went down. Well, I went to go see my truck, and then they threw a trespassing warrant on me, and then I had to deal with that legally in court, and then they threw a bench warrant on me, and I had to deal with that, and it was like all this crap. And today, when I got stuck, I was like, you know what, whatever, man. It's just whatevs, like we gotta get out of here, and Upman's Towing shows up, right? Upman's Towing shows up, pulls us out. The guy was freaking awesome. It's a big company, so this guy had only been working there 2 weeks, but he shows up in an Upman's truck, pulls us out of this thing, and what had changed in the last 2 years was that I had changed, right? I wasn't upset about anything. I wasn't like, oh man, this freaking sucks. I was just like, man, what's the tow bill? And he's like, $150. And I was like, all right, great, got it in my wallet. Here you go, bro. And I pull out, and he goes down the road, and I get stuck again. And I gotta call him out. And he comes back out like 20 minutes later. It's another $150. And I was like, you know what? Today's been a weird day. It's just been a really freaking weird day. Even from the beginning, it's just been a funky freaking day. And so I was like, Hunter, we got to put these machines on the trailer, because today is really the first day we've had our shit together at On-Site LandWorX, and it's the same day that killed JIT Supply. But I carried that corpse of JIT Supply for 2 years. I kept pushing it, even though it really died that night that truck went down. That was the last night where the original team was all there, the original equipment was all there. That was kind of the last night that it went out. And I carried it for 2 years beyond that. And through those 2 years, I stumbled and fell and failed into a situation where a smaller truck, the same trailer, the same machine, and one additional unit over here, and I could always not have the additional unit, but now they print $2,700 a month, or $2,700 a day in revenue, as opposed to like when we were doing supply, our goal was like to net like $1,000 on a really freaking good day, and an average day would be like 400, 500 bucks, right? Just for how we were set up. I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction. I'm a huge believer in that, like, what you create in your mind, what you manifest in your mind will become your reality. And you can call it hocus pocus, and you can call me freaking weird, but I really, really believe that. I believe that what you put out there is going to reflect back onto you. And when there are things that are going on that are weird for the day, and you really can't explain what the hell's going on, and you can put out whatever you want in that situation, but ultimately you got to call it. You know, there are days where it's not you, where your vibes aren't off, where the world around you, the vibes aren't right. They're rare. I haven't felt it in like 2 years, but for me it was a huge life event, because when I saw that Upman's towing truck leaving, and I just had cash in my wallet, and I just paid him out, and there's no more, you know, there's gonna be no beef there. And it's just like, all right, like, what changed in the last 2 years is me as a person, me as an entrepreneur, have grown up a tremendous amount. I got a snap from a guy named Henry, young guy, follows our Snap stories, and he's like, bro, when you're sinking that machine today, I'd be freaking the frick out. And I was like, yeah, bro. I mean, every challenge that you get over and you overcome with it, you realize that you'll get through this too. Right? So you realize that it's big for you at the time, but then there'll always be another challenge later on that'll be bigger, and then you stop really caring about them, because you're just like, yeah, I'll get through this shit too. Like, I've solved a million things before, you know, and I've gotten better at my game. I've improved my game. But the only thing that you can control when the vibes of that town or the place or the world or whatever for the day are off, the only thing that you can really control is your own vibrations and how you're showing up to the world. And sometimes when there's just too much bad, negative crap going around you, you just got to walk away from the situation. And that's when I was like, Hunter, put these machines on the damn trailer. We are done. We're done for today. Like, we are no longer trying to push forward. It's not about quitting. It's not about this or that.